got a great one at 197, leading right up to it. Morgan McIntosh, 32-0, three-time All-American, his final collegiate match against the junior J'den Cox, a fellow three-time All-American, facing off these two for the 5th time all-time. Remember, J'den Cox 2 years ago facing Nick Heflin of Ohio State late on the clock, 2-1 lead. Heflin the takedown, but it came after the clock had expired, and as a freshman, J'den Cox won the national title. Speaking of Kyle Snyder in the semifinals, these two squared off at 197. Snyder got the victory over Cox. A very disappointing loss for Cox. He ended up still getting All-American status, but didn't feel like he was truly engaged in those last few matches in the wrestlebacks after the disappointing finish. These two squaring off for the 5th time. McIntosh 1-3 against J'den Cox. He's been outscored 13-6 in those 4 matches. McIntosh has talked about wanting to get the offense going. We've seen some big matches lately where he hasn't really been able to do it. You know, he wants to do it, but he's got to be careful.
Oh, absolutely. He's got some great low-level shots here. He keeps stressing how he wants to get that offense going, but that's the key there. Set him up smart, take smart shots.
Well, I think it's also a strategy of J'den Cox there to score early and ride hard, and he's just different than he was last year. He has pushed himself, and he knows he needed to push his opponents more than he did last year. J'den Cox, this way, no, this way. By
the way, that might be my favorite key of yours tonight.
Well, I'm saying he needs to use his speed and misdirection. He's the best at it. Morgan McIntosh, hand-to-hand combat. He needs to stay in there, fight those hands, get his hands on J'den Cox, and don't let him score from the outside.
One of the most impressive specimens at 197 pounds. The last 3 years, we've said that about J'den Cox. He's so well built. He's so fast, athletic. He moves his feet really well. I mean, they call it Tiger style at Missouri. I think he embodies that pretty well for head coach Brian Smith.
Yeah, Brian Smith is building. He's just in a process over years and years of building a strong program in Missouri. My thought right here is if these two open up, this could be a real entertaining match.
I agree with you 100%. 2 majors and a fall rather for Morgan McIntosh so far, and then he beat Nathan Burak 4-2 in the semis. Got in very deep. Scramble situation here. Cox trying to get the takedown. They're at the edge of the mat. They go scrambling out with a flurry.
Action or neutral.
Woo! Right here, look at the shot. Boom, he pushes the head down, spins around, clamps the cradle on, but the head was slipping out. And I think the sense of urgency, where in the past I think that Penn State's McIntosh has wrestled a bit lackluster in the past, and there's been more urgency this year, and you just saw some urgency, and it was successful.
So McIntosh is doing a nice job right now. He's cautiously moving forward. You see his right hand's down there, staying low. He doesn't want J'den Cox to get those outside space shots in on him. He's engaging, trying to get those hand-tied positions so he can get his low shots going.
Got to win a hand fight if you're going to win, Morgan McIntosh.
Morgan McIntosh out of Santa Ana, California, Calvary Chapel High School, 115 career wins. He's trying to do what Nico Megaludis did. He doesn't want to go down as one of the greats that never won that national title, that elusive national championship. McIntosh with his chance here tonight. A 2-time Big Ten champion. 3-time state champion back in his high school days in California. He was a big-time recruit, National Wrestler of the Year in high school.
And California with 1 class. When you win the state championship 1 time, it's a big deal, but 3 times. And you're exactly right, Adam. McIntosh has tons of experience. He's been close before, but he hasn't just quite got it done.
Scoreless to the second period. J'den Cox, he's won 107 times and has only lost 5. And there's Kathy,
Red's gonna choose down.
his mom, who's one of the most entertaining people to talk to. She's such a sweet lady. She sang the national anthem at some meets. I mean, it's so fun. One of the funniest stories we read this season was related to J'den Cox's focus. He got his 100th victory as he gets the escape here against Aaron Studebaker on February the 21st. He didn't even know he became the fastest Tiger to 100 wins until he ran over to his mom after the match, and Kathy said, "Hey, congratulations." He's like, "What are you talking about? I won. It's what we're supposed to do." It's like, "Yeah, but it's 100 wins." Kathy was on top of it. Now it's 107 career wins for J'den Cox.
Cox is an unbelievable athlete. He's crazy fast, flexible, great balance, explosive. really comfortable in every position. And I think we've seen it already in the first minute and a half.
You can see he's just exploding quite around all over the mat there. McIntosh, he's doing a nice job still. He's trying to engage here. He's got to circle a little bit more, get a little bit more movement in because he's trying to do those direct shots there. Cox is so quick, so flexible. It's hard to get directly in on him unless you create an angle.
Cox is trying to do something that's only been done once in Missouri history. Become a two-time champion. Only other guy to do it, the great Ben Askren, who's the most outstanding wrestler in Oklahoma City in 2006.
You know, one of the things we talk about Penn State is the numbers game in their room, the kind of wrestlers they are wrestling with in each other. And, you know, this guy wrestles with at least once a year is Jake Varner, an Olympic champion. And so that's why when he wrestles with the guys in the room, he is so hard to score on. Well, it comes by that naturally when you have to go up against that competition on a regular basis.
And guys, for the uninitiated, the alumni base for both of these schools, for every program, is so big. Jordan Burroughs is here. Kyle Dake is here. We've talked to those guys. David Taylor is here. Former Penn State Nittany Lion. These guys come back to the room. They wrestle with these guys. They spar with them. They train with them. They give them advice. And there's a reason why the great programs stay great. J'den Cox trying to push forward, and McIntosh is going to get tagged with a stall warning here because he was backing out at the edge of the mat.
The second time that happened on that flurry earlier, Brian Smith and his staff wanted the stalling call. It didn't happen this time.
Fingers!
With the new rules, he backs out, and Cox gets him for stalling.
McIntosh hasn't lost since the NCAA's last year when he lost a match to Duke's excellent Connor Hartman. Cox only lost one time this year, but it was on a DQ in a match where he got a little aggressive with Phil Wellington of Ohio.
Go ahead.
Pushed him into the scorer's table while he was trying to ride him out. So it was a DQ loss that ended much more prematurely than expected. And both go out of bounds as Cox trying to ride against McIntosh on top with a 1-0 lead in the third.
You know what I'm thinking here is we haven't lost to anything since 57 or 65 as far as action. I mean, it doesn't always happen at this weight class, and a couple of hungry and talented, aggressive, strong wrestlers here.
Billy was talking about that with Jordan Burroughs. The evolution of the higher weight classes, it's more athletic, it's more exciting. It is more offensive minded. I think the evolution of the athletes and the rules have done a nice job of encouraging such things.
McIntosh, this is very important right here because he did weather the storm. Cox came in hot in this match, and now it's only 1-0. So right here, very important for McIntosh to get out before the minute of riding time.
Right now, Cox is just doing a nice job of following those hits. McIntosh is up to his feet. Cox returning down to the mat. So right now he's keeping his toe in balance. He's really milking this clock out.
39 seconds of riding time right now for J'den Cox. Still a long way to go in this matchup.
Set.
Look at how heavily Morgan McIntosh is breathing right now. The grueling stretch that these athletes go through. Wow, really flipped his hips out, and Cox is able to maintain the ride. Wow, explosiveness for McIntosh there.
Solid job, Cox just kind of riding out there. So he's got that spiral ride clawing nice and deep. He's leaning forward, pinching that leg.
Great, look at that. Right before the minute, 57 seconds. What McIntosh did was he got to his feet with hand control. Little standing hip heist and out of there.
Just exploded with those hips, and as Tim mentioned, huge. Did not get the riding time point in. It's only at 57 seconds right now, so that is huge. We're tied at 1 inside of 40.
Gonna be 1 on their feet.
McIntosh beat Cox in the NCAA's last year. Cox trying to get in on the ankle. McIntosh trying to keep that right leg extended, trying to get back up to his feet. Cox, can he finish here? McIntosh trying to spin out. Cox maintaining control of that ankle. Wrestling near the edge of the mat. There's the takedown. Right at the edge with 10 seconds to go.
Beautiful job there by Cox getting in on that single leg. Looked like McIntosh was almost able to escape. Cox elevated the leg up right there on the out of balance line. He's able to get that far ankle, cover up for 2 points.
Did I mention hungry and aggressive?
There's the riding time point. He can afford an escape, and that's it. There's the escape for McIntosh, and J'den Cox returns to the top at 197 pounds.
Drop your ankles, gentlemen.
neutral fans here, they all rose to their feet and applauded the excellent match that J'den Cox and Morgan McIntosh put together. They both shook hands and embraced afterwards. A high level of respect for these two fine athletes. A hug from Brian Smith for J'den Cox, who wins his second national championship, just the second Tiger ever to do it. It's just Ben Askren and J'den Cox with a couple of titles. Let's go down to quick casting.
J'den, congratulations. These little guys have been racking in the headgear tonight.
Absolutely, that's the seat you want.
At least 2 pairs. Terrific sportsmanship you showed with Morgan and Coach Sanderson. I want to go back to walking out here tonight. What was your focus?
Don't want to push the restart button. I sacrificed a lot. Gave all I had this year, and had ups and downs. I just wanted this to be in on top, you know.
In that match, he earned an escape. You almost had the riding time, 57 seconds. You're looking at the clock and you're like 1-1. Here we go. What was that like?
You know, I just knew how to get a takedown. I was prepared to go in overtime if I need to, but he's a very good competitor, and we've had battles. They've been very entertaining, and this one was no different. Came down to the wire.
What's the difference? You won this championship as a freshman. Now you're back with your second. What's the difference?
I'm a junior.
Same gold medal.
Yeah.